Hello and welcome to Ready Camera 1. I am your host, Diego Iglesias, and today I'm joined here by Preston Cope. Preston Cope here is a race car driver. How, Preston, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. So, what got you interested in racing?
Well, when I was young, my parents and I, we watched NASCAR a whole lot, and like on the weekends and whatnot, and it really just got me interested in wanting to pursue things that require a lot of speed and a lot of talent, and I just fell in love with the noise and the sounds, and just everything about it just was really intriguing.
So what type of racing do you do?
So I have two race cars. I have a dirt modified and an asphalt late model. I race those pretty much every other weekend. I try to balance it out, but yeah, I have two race cars. One's a dirt modified and asphalt late model, and I consistently try to run those equally, and I try to have two different specifics of talent that I try to have for both.
So you like NASCAR a lot. What would you say is your favorite NASCAR driver?
Jeff Gordon, for sure. I'm a big fan of Jeff Gordon, number 24. I always grew up with the red and blue flames. A lot of other people grew up with the Rainbow Warrior. I was a Flames person, and I've always been a Flames person. I've been obsessed with that car and in love with that driver ever since, and he's been my inspiration for everything that I've done.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's crazy. And if you could race anywhere, where would you want to race specifically?
Daytona. I like to race Daytona. I like to go over 200 miles an hour and just be inches away from somebody and just see how much I could really push myself as a driver to be the best that I can be to win races that are going that fast.
Yeah. Is the Daytona track specifically longer in that way that you could go that fast?
Yeah, it's a 2.5 mile track. It's huge. You can fit, I believe, 2 football stadiums in it.
That's crazy.
And yeah, there's very high banks, so you don't require a lot of letting off the gas or hitting brake. It's all about how fast your car can go, how fast you can stay in the draft, and try and get around cars and be there at the end.
That's nice. So, what do you typically watch out for when you're racing out on the track?
I look out for my other competitors. I like to be a clean race car driver. I don't like running into people. I think if you're a dirty race car driver and just slamming people and doing all sorts of that stuff, I don't think it's a very good idea.
Yeah, you like to be, have a little bit of sportsmanship.
Yes, absolutely. I want to be respectful towards my competitors. I want to be respected by my competitors, and I would like to, let them know, hey, I'm going to be clean to you, but I will race you hard.
Yeah.
So I don't like putting people in danger. I don't like doing that stuff. So I look out for my competitors, and I also look out for my car. So in case I don't feel something right, I'll pull off the track and make sure that I'm out of harm's way, and I'm not going to damage anything else that could be more costly.
So walk us through how you actually prepare for a race. Is there a checklist of sorts that you go through before you actually start in a race?
Yeah, we actually start the day before. So we will load everything up either the day or 2 prior. We'll make sure our toolboxes are full. We'll make sure that all the cabinets have all of our stuff in it that we need. I'll make sure my bag has my fire suit, my gloves, my shoes, my head and neck restraint, my helmet. And that's our pre-race checklist. So we'll get that done a day or 2 prior. We'll load the car up, get everything loaded up, and then we'll go to the track on the weekend, whether it be Friday or Saturday, and we basically go through a pre-race run-through. We take the car out, we check tire pressure, we make sure we're full of gas, make sure the setup's going to be right for the evening. Depending on the weather and how the track state is, we might need to change some things. But other than that, we make sure that everything's set up, and then you're there for however long you may be.
How long does that take, before a race?
So we typically get at the track about 3 or 4 o'clock, and then I don't start racing until 6 or 7. So we're there for 2 to 3 hours prior, and then we will do that whole pre-race run-through, buy fuel, buy tires, whatever we may need to get things ready for the show.
Yeah.
And then as soon as racing starts, it starts, and we have to be on standby, ready to go, just to go out there and race.
So how did you pick your color and number for your?
Well, I picked my number because of Jeff Gordon. I'm a big fan of the 24, and I've always felt like that number had a huge connection with me, and I feel like that represents me as a driver very well. And my color, I can't really say I picked the color. It's mainly a sponsor deal. If whatever my sponsor wants, that's what we'll do. I actually made the design on my late model, and I sent it to them, and I asked, hey, did you like this? And they were all about it, and we stuck with it. And I'm very fortunate to have Model Uniforms on board with us, and hopefully we can get more sponsors for next year and be able to represent more people.
You got to aspire to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Do you have any advice for the people that are interested in getting into race car driving?
It seems difficult, but if you find the right people, they'll take you far. It took us a couple tries. Like I said, it was a lot of money starting out. We had a lot of mishaps. We've gotten situated with some of the wrong people at the start of my career, and they cost us a lot more than we should have. But it took me a while, but we found the right people. Like Jerry found me. Jerry Schaefer, he's watched me almost my entire career of dirt racing. He took me on in 2020, and after that, we've just hit it off. We've had I've had an amazing career ever since. I've had 3 wins, dozens of heat wins, and we've hit it off. And like I said, you will find the right people. You just got to take time. You got to be patient. If you're not patient, it's going to seem like things will never work out. But luckily, I stuck out long enough to just be like, hey, I'm here. I'm here to compete, and I'm finally at the stage of my career where I'm competitive.
Yeah.
And that's where I want to be at the end.
So if you could put it into words, what is that? How does it feel like to get that win? Like, how does race car driving in general make you feel?
Well, race car driving in general, I love it. It's very, how do I say? It's a thrill. It's almost like riding a roller coaster almost. You have that thrill of ups and downs. Like sometimes it frustrates the crap out of you.
Yeah.
But there's times where it's thrilling.
Yeah.
Winning a race is a totally euphoric moment because you feel so many emotions, and you don't know which one to truly feel because everything is just happening all at once. It's a thrill. I say racing's like a thrill coaster. You from start to finish, the beginning of the race to the end of the race, even under caution, it can be you're antsy. You're ready to get going. You're ready to keep going, and it's a very focus factor too.
Yeah.
I will be focused the entire time during a race and not realize what may be happening, but if I'm under caution or if I'm going out before a race, I'll be feeling all sorts of emotions beforehand.
So in layman's terms, I know you your dream is to become a professional NASCAR driver. How would you say your position is right now?
The best way I could put it is in sports terms. I would say I'm a junior in high school by being scouted by recruiters. I'm at the level right now hey, my foot's in the door. I could have a very good chance of I could potentially make it to a national series at some point. Whether it be going into the ARCA Menard series or going to the NASCAR Truck Series. My foot's basically in the door. I still feel like I need to work on myself at a local level on asphalt to make sure my skill set is good enough to move up. But I also could say hey, I feel like I'm confident enough to be I can go out there and I can prove myself that I'm worthy to be on a national scale.
Yeah. Lastly, is there anything else you would like to leave the audience with today?
If you are interested in being a part of Preston Cope Racing and Jerry Schaefer Racing, feel free to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Preston Cope 24. Both of those are my handles for both my Instagram and Facebook. But if you want to be a part of it, we are actively looking for sponsors. Anything will do. And if you guys are interested in wanting to be a part of something that could grow and be something extremely big, by all means, we're open to chat. I am always going to represent somebody well, and I want to let people know that I want to be respected, and I want to be, helpful towards other people and other companies.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you, Preston, for being on our show today. It has been an absolute pleasure talking to you. I'd also like to give a big thanks to all of the viewers for watching Ready Camera One. This is your host, Diego Iglesias, and we'll see you next time.